Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Let's Play RGFX Red World at the American People's Commonwealth. Let's continue on for last left off. So, Bernie Sanders should at this point be elected president, at least by the end of the episode, if not, a few minutes from now. We only have a handful more decisions left to make. We might have to do Sanders at the podium, because you don't require it. Because you just form a new faction, and I don't know if that actually matters at all. And our medium tank has finished. We've done it. Our first medium tank has deployed onto the field. Again, there's still only a 12th combat width, which is really, really bad. Like, just absolutely horrible. Of course, reinforcements we want top priority. Thank you very much. But we should hopefully be able to get, like, some support on this. And, of course, drones will make them a little bit better. Make them 2010 drone. We don't need this extra one. That's fine. We do have, like, light tanks. So, duplicate you. Make you all into just some light tanks. So, they're cheaper. Did I not? I'm very confused. Okay. Make you all into light tanks. You're still going to be horrible, but that's okay. Is it not? I'm so confused. Well, let the game run in the background. Like, why are you not... What if I... Okay, let's add, like, an extra heavy tank. Yeah, no, apparently we're just not, What if I make it just, like, a new division? Bring an empty one. Like, will you work? Like, I actually don't know why it's not working. There we go. Yeah, get, like, just one of you guys up as well. And after that, let us get a little bit more political power. And we'll also begin construction of some light tanks as well. Just throw you, let's say, right to here. 3 factories on that should be good for us to start off with. And Gaddafi has returned, or retains control over Libya. We'll see if they actually invade Tunisia again. I'm not too sure if they'll actually do that or not. Why do we have... Oh, no, you're not light tanks, you're heavy tanks. Right. We're not going to get medium tanks for right now. I think heavy and light tank are fine for what we have. 2011, you know what? Got the 2012 research tech upgrade. I think that seems okay. And did that research building ever finish? It did. Like, what did it do? New England Training Council, nuclear research... Research Center, -1%. I think you actively harmed research in the country. So, that's good, I guess. Thanks for that. Built more military factories, of course, up in the north. I'm not sure if there actually is a way for Canada to invade us. Like, they are in a faction with Australia, Hawaii, and Alaska. But I don't think anybody else is a major power except for the Canadians. If I had to take a guess, can I just see a quick look at all of the major countries? Yeah, so just Canada. Luckily, we're actually considered a major country, which I'm actually kind of surprised by. Apparently, the South is not. Brazil is considered a major. I don't know why. Are you in a faction? No, you're just kind of just like a major power. And you've declared war on the South? Sure. Boston Democrats have joined the committee. Unexpected by incumbent New Guard members within the Central Committee, their own representatives from Massachusetts have simultaneously removed them from office. The relatively unknown replacements are Democratic activists from Boston, radical and wavering supporters of Bernie Sanders. Such a move by an old Guard state governor has shocked much of the Commonwealth, as this amount of USA restorationists is the most that has been seen. Why is my brain melting right now? Such a move by an old guard state governor has shocked much of the Commonwealth, as the amount of USA restorationists is the most that have ever been held seats within the Central Committee. If the trend continues, representatives replacing members of Philadelphia moderates could dominate the advisory body and influence a new presidential election within the chamber. Presidency is still safe, but for how long? Let's get a little bit more internal support. And with 161 political power, let's go maybe for like some infantry upgrades. Yeah, let's get a 50% boost on to you. On top of that, we'll go for research slot. Resource gain efficiency? You know what? We'll take that one as well. And next to free military factory, let's put you actually up to 5. You're probably already making more light tanks. No, you're not making more light tanks than medium tanks. But you're going to be getting up there pretty soon. And you'll just deploy just anywhere, really. Doesn't really matter so much to us right now. With 9.8 thousand rifles, we should train up, let's just take 5 more divisions. Just one, place them up towards the north. The 2011 English Riots. Several people are rioting in London. Protest starting in Tottenham following the death of Mark Dugan. Okay, that doesn't really seem like it's a big deal to us. Do we know what the Soviets are doing? Because I know the Soviets can just invade us at some point. Choose foreign policy. I just don't know when they can do it. But hey, Soviet Union, you stay over there in Europe for right now. And, you know, we'll worry about other things in the future, of course. Once we unite America, though, we should be looking pretty good. You guys are still at war with each other. You are. I don't know what the peace requirements actually are for you guys to actually peace out, or if you actually need to fully annex them. I'm not too sure. They just declared war on Lebanon. There's famine in Ethiopia. I mean, if you guys just fight each other forever, I mean, that does work out for us, because at some point we do want to get over to the UAPR and declare war on them. Now that you are done, let us unite all Americans for an extra 8% stability boost. We have basically no war support, but that's kind of okay. You've declared war on Lebanon, which doesn't really matter so much for us. Anything else happening in the world? Does Japan have a focus tree? They do not. There's like no easy way to see who has a focus tree, unfortunately. And I guess right now, let's do one more on support equipment, just because we might actually want to put like field hospitals in some of our armies in the future. So you're good for 60 days. You'll be ready in about less than a year at this point. That's only going to get faster once production efficiency increases as time goes on, of course. If all our troops just down in the south. I mean, we're ready for the invasion. Like, I don't think they can really stop us. And can you actually just kill my agent? They'll be killed and not rescued within 15 days. That's fine. I mean, you're actually just saving me time, honestly. Let's also do localized training centers so we can actually get an operative that's from the American Republic that should make it. So they're probably going to be less likely to get captured. I mean, you're going to kill my agent. You know, big deal. It doesn't really matter so much. We've united all Americans. We are now... I'm going to put Sanders at the podium just so we can actually make a new party, just in case that is actually necessary. I don't want to break the event chain by potentially doing the wrong thing. We're also building factories really quickly. Over 19. You build it in less than a month. Are you cheaper than normal? 3,600. I don't know, that seems pretty cheap. We'll build factories basically everywhere. Build them in Maine, build them in Massachusetts, and you can build them in Connecticut. That all seems fine and good. Is Rhode Island in... Where is Rhode Island? I actually don't know. Are you Rhode Island? Somebody who's American, if you can tell me where Rhode Island is, I'd appreciate it. I just know it's like in this area somewhere. Research. 2013 rifle. I mean, that's still only like a year away. But I'd rather go for actually like a 2013. No, reinforcement rate plus 5% is going to be useful once we're actually in conflict. We'll get that going. 2 more military factories. Let's go for 1 more fighter, 1 more drone. And with our localized training centers, get somebody from the south, and we can hire them ASAP, because we're going to get a new operative in 11 days. I mean, it sucks that they got absolutely murdered, but you know, like, what can he do? What can he do? Okay, Eugene Debday, fantastic. You know what? 1 year. I'll take the 2013 rifles. I think that seems fine. Because I don't know how long it's going to take for us to actually reach all the way across the country. So I'm like looking, like Illinois has, I can't imagine too many actual units. Okay, we'll initiate a leadership election. Get an operative who's good at dealing with the South. And we'll send him, of course, to build an intelligence network down in Atlanta. So Sanders has created the Socialist Party. Standing at the chamber podium at the very first time in his career, Bernie Sanders makes an entirely unexpected announcement, catching fellow members, as well as the presiding president, off guard. In the name of democracy and a new socialist identity, the prominent moderate politician from Vermont officially created his own party to be representative in the Central Committee Chamber. The Commonwealth Socialist Party is supposedly a big tent political organization aimed at uniting those in support of the many current economic policies, but vehemently in opposition to the authoritarian and the trade council system. This will be the first time since signing of the 1990 Constitution that a party other than the political wing of the IWW has held a seat within the committee. Despite this particular situation, there's nothing constitutionally stopping Sanders from creating his own party and rebelling against the organization he once called home. Same face, new name. We also got another heavy tank, which I'm actually surprised by. So we'll actually go up to, let's say, 3 heavy tanks and kind of call that a day. In fact, they might even want to put like tanks and motorized divisions into an entirely different army, which is not actually a bad idea. Throw you here. Throw our tanks into this army as well. You will be this guy, who will be the Red Army. And we don't want to go through Appalachia. I'm actually going to send my motorized divisions here. I'm going to shrink our infantry to mostly deal with this side. And that should be good enough. If we can just have, like, essentially an Ethiopian famine has now officially begun. If we can spearhead our way basically straight to Atlanta. There's only 2 units here. 1 goes over on that side. Free military factory. Probably just on tanks. Tanks are always nice. And how many rifles do we have? I mean, with 7,000, actually, let's go like 3 lines of this. Actually, we don't need 3 lines. We'll go 2 lines, and I'll throw in like an extra 5 divisions. That should still make the same amount that I wanted. And we should be good. Yeah, barely enough infantry equipment. Artillery is good. Support equipment's fine. Fantastic. And you guys will deploy down towards this front line. And our cryptology department. Got like 1 level of cryptology there. We are missing resources. We're missing some aluminum. From our neighbors, we're going to be going to war with all those people soon, so we probably don't want to trade with them, I would say. Indonesia, I'd like to get a little bit of rubber off of you. And what's my navy looking like? I have 38 ships. I'm going to send down to Philadelphia. And you're going to convoy raid in this area. Do I have enough oil for that? I doubt it, right? Yeah, like we don't have enough oil for that. So you're going to stay in port for now. Once we're at war, maybe things will shift up a little bit. Because I do know that when Bernie Sanders is declared president, he will invade the American Republic. The reason we know that is because during our American Republic campaign, Bernie Sanders declared war on us as soon as he became president. So I know we can get that done pretty early on. And we should, I think, be fine. We do need 5% to have any kind of information on this. But we're slowly building our stuff up. 21%, I think, is pretty good. Like, we just have, like, no information on anybody. This might be because the mod is not necessarily designed to have spies in it. Because, again, the original creator, unfortunately, did pass away before any of the La Resistance mechanics were actually added into the game. That's my best guess. as to why everything starts at 0, or we're just horrible at decrypting shit. But that shouldn't be the case, because normally, we can have a second operative as well. Might as well have you here. Yeah, you know what? You just stay back and defend our territory. Of course, we're going to get a cipher here. 280 days is actually not that bad for that. It's probably why, like, free trade and all these other, like, kind of things that usually shift that around don't give any information. Put 1 into battle tanks. And, like, that should be, like, good for us. We are missing 5,000 rifles. That's only short of 95 days, which is really not that bad. So we have 3 more days till 84 days until the Socialist Party becomes the ruling party. Bernie Sanders elected president. In the past few weeks, state governors have been surprisingly replaced the representatives in Philadelphia with strong allies of Vermont revolutionary Bernie Sanders. Perhaps not so coincidentally, after a lengthy meeting with the man himself, as a result of the swift transition of power between the New Guard factions and a rising moderate Democratic coalition. The new Center Committee has just elected a new Commonwealth president to the surprise of the entire nation. Members were called to emergency sessions without Noam Chomsky present this morning. In the session, more than half of the chamber demand a fresh leadership election and an act that they have refrained from until holding. An act they had refrained from until holding the balance of power. Okay, so it's also like kind of written a little bit strange. I'm not just reading it wrong. Eventually, the acting speaker was forced to officially call a vote to commence, much to the confusion between anger and joy of New Guard faction members. While this vote would surely mean the end of President Chomsky, it would also seal the fate of the Revolutionary Socialists as a dying force. Their fears were proven less than 30 minutes later, as the last ballots were counted and Vermont Representative Bernie Sanders won the election. Noam Chomsky now remains a lame duck president, pending the former future's inauguration. That happened quite quickly. Is that what a lame duck president is? I thought a lame duck president was just somebody who basically didn't do anything. Whereas, I mean, Chomsky's been in charge, guess what, like 20 years at this point? I'm not too sure. Since 1990? That's more than 20. No, that is 20 years. 22 years. Let's do 1 more infantry equipment. Compromising information given to Gates. Chief of the American Technology Council, Bill Gates, was handed a compromising information concerning incoming President-elect Bernie Sanders, whose inauguration approached quickly. The classified documents seem to suggest that Sanders' chief and staff manager of his efficient national campaign to be elected president stole funds from the Vermont government for his own personal use. While documents fail to mention that the money was spent on, it does also state that not long after the theft, a new home for Boston was gifted to Mr. Sanders by his chief of staff, costing a significant amount of money for a state governor. While it does seem like an incriminating information, it could easily be false, and if it is true, there is no evidence suggesting that President-elect Sanders had any knowledge of such a crime committed. Perhaps it's best for Gates to let this slide and try not to wonder why someone had given this to him and who. Just burn it. Just light that shit on fire. We could infiltrate the civilian government. I think we want to wait until we can... We need 2 people to do anything. So we could maybe plan it. Or documents handed to Gates. Just 2 days after Bill Gates burned documents that can implement Bernie Sanders' chief of staff for corruption, a manila envelope arrived under his door in the waking hours of the morning. What the chief of technology council himself found inside shocked him to the core, and not just because of what is suggested, but because of what hard evidence it gave supporting those suggestions. Now, the prominent but secluded politician must make the most difficult decision of his life. If he releases the new information now, he runs the risk of being taken out by those who had wished for them to remain hidden. But he couldn't afford to wait that long, were anything to happen, or perhaps they should be burnt just like the rest of the classified documents. Wait for the regulation, release them now, or the public must never know. I'm assuming, I'm going to save the game, that this is basically what probably leads to Bill Gates being elected president. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense. But I mean, I don't see anything else in there leads to him being president. But I don't want Bill Gates. We're gonna keep with Sanders here. We're gonna burn the documents. I don't like your technology above all. I mean, your extra research slots, that's not bad. Bonus towards nuclear technology. Another research slot. That's 2 research slots, which is actually quite a lot. Ireland has declared war on the United Kingdom. And the British and the Irish are upset with each other. That's never really a huge surprise, I would say. Are you still in the faction? Now, the faction has kind of dissolved, which is, I guess, understandable. 2013, I think we're going to go for our industry techs now. Ireland has rejected the British deal. Go for you, which is... Okay. How many troops do you guys even have? I'm not too sure. Oh, no, you're on the same team now. Okay. How are you going to cross the strait? I have no godly idea how you plan on doing that. The AI really... like, how many boats do you possibly have? Like, probably not a lot. 57 days until you are good to go. I think this... Let's see, we'll go up to, like... a full row of modern infantry equipment, because once we actually go to war, we are definitely going to be losing some of this stuff. I think getting this filled up as fast as we possibly can. We're still at 23%, because we're still partially mobilized. If we could... I mean, going with the war economy would be nice. But we can only do that once we're actually at war with the American Republic. But I do think that for right now, this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. Thank you for watching, my Anthem. If you enjoyed, my thumbs up. Not doing, always thumb down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.